Yeah, we're about detailing Mama V also Abuaje to go and cover the demonstration, but because she's the one taking the charge
All
of being
right,
the
welcome.
producer,
If you missed the M
we
news,
decided. Oh,
we're settling down for the what's long winding like what are you even saying?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Your dress is nice.
Whatever. Thank you. All right. Welcome to the newspaper review segment. We will be touching base with Komla Adum in the course of this review to catch up on the demonstration. This is the parties that are resisting the new voters register. But we also did get some information, reliable information that there was some kind of disagreement with the police in terms of the routes for the demonstrators. So we'll be checking with the police as well to see what has been cleared. What is, and I guess it's a good question to also ask Komla Adum because he's at the converging points where members of the parties against the new voters register are beginning, to converge and continue with that demonstration. So we'll find out from Komla. But we've got the newspapers, the Daily Graphic, the Finder newspaper, the Times, the Daily Guide, and the Daily Dispatch. And of course, we will do myjournline.com. A former president of Kenya, the second really after independence, has died at the age of 95. We will tell you a bit more about Mr. Daniel Moi.
Moi. All right. Start with the Daily Guide, Mama V.
The Daily Graphic.
No, okay.
You said Daily Guide or Daily Graphic?
No, I wanted to give you the Daily Guide, but yeah, Tobo, you're rushing.
All right, before we begin, before we start with the Daily Graphic and the newspapers, really, let's talk to Komla Adum. Good morning to you, Komla. First of all, tell us where you are.
Good morning, Mama V. I'm currently at the Kalkudi Park here in Accra, just close to Gold House. And as you know, the inter-party resistance against the new voters register is climaxing its, protest here with this particular one, which they christen Wokpene. And for those who do not speak Ghana, Wokpene means we would not agree. So currently here at the Kalkudi Park, a number of the people clad in red and black are filing in. I've seen more than 50 people here already. Others are still on their way here. There are vendors who are selling whistles, vuvuzelas, and red armbands that the people are buying. A short time ago, the police also arrived in their numbers. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 police vehicles already here. Let me speak quickly to one of the individuals here this minute. Anthony Nupenu is the organizer, Greater Accra Regional Organizer of the NDC. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good morning to your listeners.
So today's protest or march is bringing to an end a series of marches. We had one in Tamale, we had the Kumasi one. This is the Greater Accra Region one. What is the rationale behind today's exercise? At the end of the day, what would you have achieved?
Thank you very much. It is not the end to the series of actions that we are undertaking in resisting the compilation of the new voters register. This is the Greater Accra series of the resistance, and what we want to achieve is to continue to drum home to the in the ears of the Electoral Commission and the government that the wastage of Ghana's resources and the time of Ghanaians in queuing to compile a new voters register, while the current voters, that is their word, but technically they have not been able to prove that what they are saying, the notion that they have, and they continue to tell Ghanaians what is not real. And for that matter, we think someone is hiding behind something to just let anything happen or let Ghanaians believe in something that is not in existence. We do believe that all what they are claiming, whether machines are obsolete or not, the compiled names with biometric data of personalities that are on the register is not obsolete. So go ahead, procure new machines, procure new software, but you can still download what is in the system and continue to improve on it and let us go without going to queue unnecessarily for 50 days for a new biometric fingerprint of people to be taken.
Just before I let you go, today's exercise, what will be the shape and form of it? From here, where are you guys going to march through and what's the end point?
Well, we are converging here at this moment. We'll be marching through 37. We initially wanted to go to 37, but as of yesterday evening, the police have, we've come to agreement because of the emergency nature of 37. So we are going through the Lands Commission traffic light down to Italian Embassy to Christ the King, Castle, the Flagstaff House entrance. They will march through the highway to Ridge Roundabout, and then will proceed to the Electoral Commission.
Do you think the Electoral Commission will ever listen to you, the inter-party resistance against the voters register?
They must listen to us because we are Ghanaians and we believe that their action is unreasonable. We continue to prove them technically and financially that the action they are taking does not sound well in the ears of many Ghanaians. Just that people feel it's the NDC that is taking an action, but Ghanaians all over. You've heard the fishermen making statements while they feel
okay,
the
Kamla, if you can hear me.
For them. You've heard the Muslim Council telling us while they feel the same time is not comfortable because there are people who be in Ramadan and they cannot be in queues. So for me, I believe they need to take all these concerns of Ghanaians into consideration, and we believe the best must be done to the people of Ghana.
Hello, Kamla, if you can hear me.
You heard Anthony Nupenu, who is the organizer, Greater Accra Regional Organizer of the NDC, part of the inter-party resistance against the voters register.
Right.
We are having this particular process.
Very well, Kamla. We'll leave it here, but we'll certainly return to you. That's our colleague Kamla Adom at the Kaukudi Park. That's where the parties resisting the new voters register are converging. Well, they've started, if you like, begun their Greater Accra series of protests against the new voters register. There will be more of that live here on the AM show. But let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper front page. Aircraft purchase graft allegation. Presidency chases suspects. Petition special prosecutor. There's a picture of Mr. Martin Amidou, who's been tasked to investigate Airbus scandal on the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning. Also, 6 service persons in Dansoman SHS. 6 service persons in Dansoman SHS reposted. EC's explanations do not warrant new register. IPRAM insists. Declare your innocence in Airbus bribery scandal. MPP throws challenge to former President Mahama. That's how the front page of the Daily Graphic looks today. In the center spread of the paper, President tours Savannah region. Ketekrachi Timber Recovery Commission's new tugboats. Rich Hospital offers free cervical cancer screening this month of February. On the back page of the paper, estate company gives police 4-bedroom apartment. North Assembly presents working tools to PWDs is another story on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. This story about 6 service personnel in Dansoman SHS reposted sounds very familiar. I think it's an update of a story where a whole school had just 1 student, and they had 6 service personnel who had been posted to that school. I think it's an update of that. The National Service Secretariat has reposted all the 6 National Service personnel who were assigned to a school in Dansoman that has only 1 student. 3 of them were reposted to the Association of African Universities at East Legon, while the other 3 were reposted to the Pentecost Vocational Training Institute at Malangbawe, the Odogono Senior High School at Awa, and the Mataheko Basic School at Kanishi, all in Accra. The reposting followed the publishing in the Daily Graphic, which reported the grievances of the 6 service personnel who had been posted to the Dansoman SHS, only to discover that there was only 1 student in the school.
Did the story talk about what happens to the 1 student then?
So, as in now that all the service personnel,
because he or she is still a student.
Okay, well, I don't see that update. It just goes back to give you a background of the story. But it says receive their monthly allowances paid them by the NSS. They claimed they were
related issues about how we make choices for the schools and how in the way we deal with the schools, we've categorized and dealt with certain schools better than others. And so they've had the name and the image. And so parents and pupils or teachers just don't choose those schools for students.
Exactly. Let's do the Finder newspaper. Front page of the Finder. Probe 5 million Euro Airbus bribe scandal, President Akufo-Addo orders special prosecutor. Bank of the Year, Zoomlion appeals High Court ruling in Auditor General case. NPP minority raised questions about Airbus deal in 2011. So the NPP as a minority raised questions about the Airbus deal back in 2011 into Airbus scandal, but NDC fights back. In the center spread, Okra constituency receives new Joy, the ECOWAS bank head, pays courtesy call on presidents. So the president has congratulated the new president of the ECOWAS Bank for International Development, Mr. Frank Donko, and has asked him to follow the footsteps of the Ghanaians who have worked to set high standards on their international arena. That's a big job. We say congratulations to him, the very best. On the back page of the Ghanaian Times, though, House of Chiefs urged to address chieftaincy disputes. Government committed to fixing poor roads in Savannah region, according to the president, who is currently on a tour of the Savannah region. That's how the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Roland?
Yeah. Now let's quickly go to the Daily Dispatch. The front page has these stories. Judgment of Airbus bribery scandal starts tomorrow. Airbus scandal. President to Martin Amidu. Take action against any official, past or present. Airbus pays £3 billion fine for corruption and exposes 5 persons and 1 company. And pictorially, you have the these squared pictures there with the question marks. Intermediary 1, intermediary 5, intermediary 6, government official 1. Okay, battle for Bibiani and Rianso Bekwai seat. Alfred Obing versus Abuaji Jedu. Oh, I believe is incumbent. And we know that election will take place on April 27. It's the MPP primaries, the rest of the primaries. Yeah, the last. With only 2 Ghana cedis, Farmer wins 126,000 Ghana cedis on NLA's Dewa lottery. Back page has all these stories expatiated. Let's get to the Daily Guide. It has on the front page, U.S. court nails Kingpin and brother. Nana orders probe into the scandal. And it's about the €5 million Airbus NDC bribe saga. I always love the Daily Guide headlines. The main headlines are always exciting, very dramatic, always. And down there we have City performs best against dollar. President turns heat on Mahama in Savannah on the back page. Hearts Kotoko clash in London on March 8. Meanwhile, other stories occupying. Sami Enimado in a picture with Kujo. And apparently, he is the new talent in Ghana football. We're told he's 16 years old. And it's titled or captioned, Kotoko, Starlet lands in Bayern Munich. It's always good. You don't go to the big teams. Go to the smaller ones so that you grow upwards. I think we've had Bentel and the rest of the young talent who had faded out subsequently. Of course, we had Samuel Osei-Kuffour, who was very big at Bayern Munich. Let's go to the center spread. It's a news one pull out of the Daily Guide. I always love this page, and it's for good reason. But, you know, this is tragic. So we have to tell you, alcohol didn't kill Kofi B, according to Kofi T. But down there is a story
speculating that already.
Yeah, it's a story Mamavi highlighted yesterday, but it's about the rapper who is jailed 99 years for killing his mother. He's now 30, but when he was 23, ordered a hitman to kill his mother so that he could be the beneficiary of her insurance, life insurance. In the US, usually life insurance is big. You have your pensions as well. So when you die early, your, what do they call it? I seem to have, okay, so your kith and kin, those who will be inheriting or taking over from you will be enjoying all the good booty. So that's what he did. And apparently by 30, he had cleared all the accounts. You saw pictures yesterday of him sharing the money gotten rich then. So he's been sentenced to 99 years, and the hitman has been identified, sentenced to 100 years. And this type of killing apparently is called matricide. The word is matricide, meaning murder of one's own mother. That's what the judge in County Cook, Stanley Sachs, said in court. He says whenever he wanted his mother, whatever he wanted, his mother gave to him. A car, a job. One could say he was spoiled. Yeah. Let's all be guided as parents.
You know, when they asked if he had any last words to share, he said nobody loved his mother more than he did. I'm not sure what that means.
I think he's crazy in the head.
Well,
what he did was unforgivable.
Well, let's do myjoyonline.com. That's our online page. We'll share with you, the world really is mourning Daniel Arap Moi, the second after independence, Kenya's independence, second president after independence. I think he ruled for about 24 years.
Yeah.
He died at the age of 95. So Kenya's longest serving president, Daniel Arap Moi, who died on Monday, rose to power. Just a little background, and this is captured on the BBC. We'll bring you that and My Joy Online. I'm not sure which one of them is ready for us to take now. All right, let's talk about Mr. Daniel Arap Moi. Rose to power in 1978 upon the death of Kenya's first president, Jomo Kenyatta. It was his first major political victory, having outmaneuvered Kenyatta's inner circle to rise to the top. This shrewdness became the hallmark of his 24-year reign. Well, that's what some critics say. In his early days, he rallied Kenyans to join him in building the country behind the popular slogan, Nyayo. You would know. I'm not sure I remember that. In Swahili, it means footsteps. But they say he changed. After the attempt to overthrow him in 1982, Moi transformed into a dictator who viciously clamped down on freedoms. But again, if you listen to people who served very closely to him, and I've listened to quite a few of them, they disagree with this kind of description.
They say he was
a good man. It was some people around him at the time when he was president who were bad. But, people have very fond memories of him. So that's it, Mr. Moi.
Yeah. He tried to...
.com, if we can, just run you through the headlines that we have on our page, myjoyonline.com, this day, just before we make way for the newspapers. So that's Daniel Arap Moi's story on myjoyonline.com. You can also catch up more details. GS shut down Buipe Senior High School after a fire razed the school. Their dormitory is gone, really. So nearly 300 students of the school, they've been asked to go home after they lost all their personal belongings in a fire that burnt down their dormitory Monday, February 3. Remember, there was another incident. Our correspondent, Isaac Noja, reports that unlike the recent fire outbreak at the bulk oil storage and transport company's truck parking lot, remember that? That was put out by personnel from the Damongo fire station. There was no such intervention this time around, resulting in the extensive damage. So now they all have to go home. Rather unfortunate. Also on our page this morning, NDC others to climax anti-new register demonstrations with Accra porters today. Komla Adom is our man on the ground. We'll have more pictures. We'll have pictures actually and more conversations on the ground for you here on the show. Declare GLC's one-year pupillage unconstitutional. Lawyer petition Supreme Court. And this is coming on the back of the two lawyers who were essentially asked to stop their pupillage because they were pregnant. So now there is actually a challenge to this whole pupillage, where after you're called to the bar, you have to do this one-year mandatory exercise before you are deemed as a lawyer, so-called. So we'll see how, far this can travel. NPP Vice Chair arrested over missing excavators. That's the NPP Central Regional Vice Chairman, Horace Eko Ewusi. He's in the grips of the Criminal Investigations Department, according to adumonline.com. Details there, and a video of how, he was arrested. Mahama got me sacked in 2014. Kwesi Appiah making some more revelations in his book. What's the title again?
2014.
But 2014, leaders don't yelp. 2014, well, tell me he was excellent at his job, like as in the performance was good.
So that's how he gave us that heartache from 2014 when we had to,
So, you know, I was reading the story and I was like, okay.
Former President Mahama should have insisted so that...
But you see this twist. This is a whole, there's a political twist. Yeah, leaders don't yell. Stop yelling.
I'm not a leader for Blaster. So he gave us heartache.
No
Jesus.
drama, no drama. Leaders don't dramatize. No drama, Roland. Read his book.
Please call former President John Mahama for me. He should have insisted so that
listen, we have to take a breather. We'll bring his
heartache. That man.
With Bennett. No, Benedict is not with us. Is he?
Yeah,
Benedict
he is.
With
He's
us.
with us.
Yeah.
He is with
so
us.
stay with us. You're watching the AM show.